Welcome to my kitchen under the big skies of Montana. Today I'm preparing banana bread, and it's one of a handful of recipes out of my book, Go West Young Woman. So I think we'll start with creaming the butter and the sugar. So I have in my bowl here a half a cup of butter and 1 cup of sugar. Now I'm going to cream this with a hand mixer, but if you happen to have a countertop one, like a KitchenAid or something, of course that'll work as well. So this will only take a couple of minutes. Now as you can see, I have creamed the butter and the sugar. And this is the consistency you're looking for, because if you beat it too hard, your butter is going to separate. The next thing we're going to need is 2 eggs. And I've got 2 cups of mashed banana. Very ripe is really the best. 1/4 cup of sour cream. Let's make sure we get all of this out because it helps the cake be moist. And 3 teaspoons of vanilla. I happen to like a lot of extra vanilla. Now I'm going to mix this, and then I'll show you the next step. Now I just lightly mix this, and again you're looking for a pancake batter type of consistency. In here is 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking salt. I said baking salt, that's not what I meant. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So let's mix this together too. I'm going to mix this on low so I don't spatter the flour everywhere, and then we'll check the consistency, and I think it'll be ready for the pan. So I've finished mixing the batter, and it looks still slightly thick to me. Sometimes it does this. I don't know if it's because I bake at a high altitude or what the reason is, but I'm going to add a little bit of milk. I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons. And just take a minute here to mix it up. You know what I really like about this bread is while it bakes, it just fills the kitchen with the greatest aromas, and it's almost guaranteed to bring people from other rooms of the house. So I really enjoy that aspect of baking. Now I'm going to mix this just a little bit more, try to incorporate it in, and we're starting to get a texture that I like. I've already prepped my pan here next to me. You can use a traditional loaf pan for this kind of bread. A lot of people use them for quick breads. But I'm going to use my trusty 9-inch pan. Okay, this looks a little better now. I think this is more of what we're looking for. And you can see the dough is slightly softer, but still has some bulk and some texture. So I think it's ready for the pan. I have prepped the pan with a little bit of cooking spray. You can also use a parchment paper in the bottom. And let's put it in. Good. Now, I just smooth it out a little bit on top, and it will be ready to go into the oven. You can bake this at 350 degrees. I do preheat the oven, and it will bake for about 50 or 55 minutes. I also like to bake this on a cookie sheet. I actually put the pan on a cookie sheet because I do think it helps protect the bottom from burning. So I'll get this in the oven, and then in a little while, we'll look at our result. Well, it's had some time to cool, and I think it turned out beautifully. You know, it's almost a work of art. I did cut out a piece for myself. I tend to like the one on the end, and I know that if I asked my husband and my girls to save this piece for me, they would. But the real question is, would they? It's funny how they come around on the days that I'm baking. If you'd like to see more videos about our frontier life, subscribe to my channel. And thanks for your time today. I'm much obliged.